What is up, chat? How we doing? Welcome to our third Maryland Terrapins session. Kicking off season 2. I'm excited. Chat, you guys excited? I feel like my mic is in a weird position. There we go. All right. So I wanted to go over the Patreon prospects that have been added. It's not a lot. I don't think I'm gonna have a ton in the first year because I want the Patreon guys we add to be relevant. Like Ricky Sapp here is not one of my patrons because he's never going to beat out Robert Link, who is our patron. So shout out to Robert Link. Shout out to Blaze Benson. Shout out to Dylan Block and Sean Kelly. And a big shout out to John LaDuca, who is basically sponsoring the Twitch stream at this point. And then a shout out to Jonah Bell. Other than that, we don't have any others for this season, but in the future, we're going to have a lot more. We've got like 70 people on that list of people looking to add their names to the series. So wanted to get those shout outs out of the way. And we're going to have another review of the roster here as we go through the red shirts. And I have some big expectations for our team as we enter the Big Ten this year. I am going to redshirt Robert Link and use Ricky Sapp as the backup, hoping that Tua's brother can stay healthy this year. We'll keep these 3 freshmen. I'm excited for Isaiah Jacobs, who is the brother of Josh Jacobs. Definitely going to need to recruit some depth at receiver, but we got some good youth. Jack Brown, enjoyed the pod today. Thank you. Glad you did. I think I'm going to redshirt our freshman tight end as well, Blaze Benson. He can take over as a starter as a redshirt freshman next year. No red shirts to go around on the O-line. We'll redshirt the freshman Jeremy Alexander and Chip Jordan. I think I'll redshirt these 2 guys too. Dylan and Sean Kelly can climb the depth chart next year. Albert Smith. And then we are going to redshirt John LaDuca, even though he's the GOAT. Him and Jonah Bell, along with Tarib Still, these guys are going to really compete next year. We're going to be losing these top 3 of these top 4, I should say. And then we're good there. So as far as the recruiting goes, I do want to add... I'm actually going to make a list this year. I'm going to add we need a top QB. Running back, we're probably okay. Fullback, whatever. I would just say we need like 1 wide receiver, but that should take care of itself. Tight end, we should be good. O-line is always something we can improve, but we actually have a bunch of redshirt freshmen that are prepared to step up soon. I think D-line in general is a top priority. Again, The D tackles we got aren't amazing. And then linebacker, I would say we could use maybe one linebacker, but we're probably okay there. We already did that, football coach. We are already in the Big Ten for this year. And then everything else should just kind of come to us, but let's go ahead and load up the recruiting board here. My mom texted me. Got to text my mom back. The YouTube subs. People must be busy today. We only got 40 viewers right now. I noticed my my video didn't do too hot. Twitter was pretty quiet today. It must be a busy day around the world. So we actually have the number 7 quarterback is interested, and he's from Florida. I think I'm going to make him one of my top priorities there. And then D-line, I want to look at them first. There's no DNs interested in us? Are you serious? That is brutal. Didn't Yannick Ngakoue go to Maryland? Come on, we're basically a pro factory. Well, it's going to be pretty slim pickings for that D-line, it looks like. We'll add those guys for now. Not a lot of top linebackers. Good call, Jack Brown. Good call on the Niners trade up. They really were that ready to be done with Jimmy Garoppolo. Ooh, there is a good local kicker. Our kicker is a senior right now, so, and a punter. The number 1 punter is from Maryland. We might as well get him on the board. And then there's a 5-star athlete from Ohio. I like that. So that's 9 prospects. Not the best impending class here. I like the looks of that quarterback, though. Steve Nash. That's what you guys were talking about with Steve Nash. Yikes. Ben Grimes, a bust. Bust. Ryan Russ is all right. It's nice having the full scouting this year. This kicker. Me and Nalter Deeds are having a competing stream. Oops. Ooh, okay. So this guy, probably a receiver. He's got good release, good speed. So, like I said, receiver usually takes care of itself. But I think we really just got to focus on our pipelines, I would say. We'll add Joe Thomas. Actually, some pretty damn good receivers. We'll add We'll add all those guys. Dang, 4.3 speed as well from Connecticut. We might just have an insane receiver class. I'm really just focusing on the stick. God, it's like all receivers. What the heck? I did watch Brett's vid on Tevin Jenkins. Really well done. Really well done. I see a little bit more of what he's talking about with the hand technique that Brian Balaga has. I liked his comp, Brian Balaga with rabies. All right, 6'5" with 4.36 speed. We gotta add that. We gotta add that. Got a lot more guys with having us first on their interest list. So we have 16 guys on the board right now. Here's a corner. I just would rather keep them on our pipeline list. So I think I'm actually going to just sort. Appreciate that, Cowboys rule. Thanks for the love. I'm going to sort by the pipelines that I want to secure. So we got Florida here. Don't need any more receivers. We've got Maryland should be fine, but let's just make sure there's no one slipping through our grasps here. And then I wanted to take a look at Michigan. We could stash like this dude. I really don't need another receiver, but I'm gonna try to stash that dude. Yes, college football guy. I went over the Patreon recruits at the start of the stream here. What NFL stadiums have I been to? I have been to Soldier Field. I've been to the Cleveland Browns Stadium. And I've been to Lambeau. I've been to US Bank. And I think that's it. Okay, New Jersey. We'll take a look at Stephen Ross there. New York, nobody's interested. And then Ohio, I would love to add at least somebody here. I guess I'll just throw this JUCO crappy linebacker on there. And Pennsylvania, I guess we'll throw the guard on there. So that's 21 players. You don't necessarily have to fill out your board to its entirety. I wonder if there's anyone out of Ohio that would be like we could be competitive with. Like this one, we have a chance maybe. He's only 13% locked. Let's do it. Let's try and add Andrew Williams to our board. And just see how it goes. What MLB stadiums have I been to? Target Field. I've been to Miller Park in excuse me, clear my throat. In Milwaukee. I've been to Fenway a couple times. Oh, geez. Dallas Lewis. Yikes. Where's this guy from? He's from Florida. We got enough receivers on our board as is. You're trash. 96 speed for Terry Beverly. Let's see, where else have I been for the MLB? I think I went to an Angels game like way back in the day. Jeez, this guy's a 46. He's a gem. He's all the way up to a 52. He's absolute trash, though. What cities do I want the NFL to expand to? Well, I don't necessarily know if we need the NFL to expand, but I wouldn't mind seeing them pull off the London thing. Alright, this will be an interesting receiver class, or recruiting class. I need to add some defensive ends, too, because that's our biggest need. We have guys for the next couple years, but we got to try and get somebody at the end. There wasn't a single defensive end in this class interested in us. Let's go down to like... Let's just sort by lock percentage. The number 15 DN, Ben Dixon, is from Ohio. Let's do that. Let's add Ben Dixon. And we could probably add... I need to see Gillette when the Pats are good again. Yes. Or Gillette, not Gillette. I think this year, I'm going to be going to a lot of games this year. I might be going to 4 or 5 NFL games this year, if I'm lucky. Here's another Ohio D end. Let's add those two guys. I have not been vaccinated yet. Have I ever watched a Canadian Football League? What do I think of the 3-down game? I haven't ever watched a Canadian Football League game in depth. I've definitely caught them like out of the corner of my eye at the bar, but I've never like researched Canadian football. Everything I've heard is it's a lot more fast pace. Right, Jack Brown? Kind of painful to listen to a podcast about 30 wide receivers that the Packers will take none of. Okay, custom schedules. We got that Big Ten schedule this year. We definitely still want to play, West Virginia. They have us playing Temple and our Florida State rival again. I'm going to open up the Florida State game there because they whooped our ass last year. I want to try to schedule maybe a Week 8 game. Maybe against like a winnable... I kind of like Memphis. I kind of like that. If they stay ranked, if we can get them at home, that could be... We got some big recruiting weeks there. Iowa, Memphis, and Michigan. And then I think I'm going to change our first game of the year to just FCS. It's a pretty good schedule. So again, we get to partake in 6 games. 3 of them, we get to play 3 drives. And 3 of them, we get to play 5 drives. So we got our schedule, redshirting, schedule, recruiting board. We just got to do our depth chart. So I'm actually going to make Isaiah Jacobs our starting back. Sorry, Penny Boone, but that 78 speed just ain't cutting it. I want to make Rakeem Jarrett our number 1. Actually start all our receivers, not our tight end there. So we're only going to have to replace our right side of the line next year. That's nice. The DNs we got to replace. sure we fill out the D tackles. I'm really excited to see what Ruben Hippolyte can do this year. Freak athlete, freshman outside linebacker. He's going to be a stud for us. I think he's a future first-round pick in the making. We got our stud senior middle linebacker, and Chance Campbell is an All-American as well. So I really like our linebacking group. I'm excited about them. And then good group of corners. I feel like we should start our 97 speed Jacorian Bennett and Kenny Bennett. These guys have to be brothers, right? One of them got the height, one of them got the speed. But we might as well start them. And then I think I'm going to start Deonte Banks over Vincent Flythe. He's quicker and younger. Nick Cross, probably the coolest player on our team. Had a great sophomore season. And then we're starting Osita Smith. Jacorian Bennett's doing our returning. Let's do this thing. Do I think the MLB will go to 32 teams? I feel like the MLB is not exactly in a position to expand right now. They're probably trying to, collect market share and consolidate, if anything. Probably not reducing teams or anything. So I think we should be safe to simulate our FCS game. I don't think we should use up a playage on our FCS team. If we can't beat FCS, the season was never going to meant to be anyway, because we got to sim 6 games. And if it's not going to have us beat FCS, then we're screwed anyway. So I think we should sim the FCS game. And then our first game of the year is against Minnesota, which would be really fun to play. We got 3 preseason All-Americans, 6 preseason All-Conferences. If Pitts or Chase got to Atlanta, does that make Matt Ryan a chance at MVP? I mean, he's won it before. He's always going to have a chance, but I wouldn't be betting on him. All right, so we want to go hard after these top guys. We're going to be a little more of a consolidated recruiting class here this year. Let's see, how much can we spend on these guys? I think we're going to be in pretty decent shape because I don't care that much. This is the 96 speed receiver. I do want to bump him up. We'll get some more points next week once all these scholarships have been doled out. Thanks for the gifted subs. John LaDuca in the house. He's back. The GOAT. The GOAT himself, John Lagoda. Do I think Madden will finally do away with D-tackle and DN in Madden and finally introduce edge positional groups? Not this year. I do not believe so. Maybe next year. That's the one thing that I do not have my expectations up for this year. All right, we're simming ahead to FCS next week. What are our record predictions for the year, chat? I'm thinking we can get to 8-4 in the Big Ten. I think we can do it. We got some superstars on this team. We got to have one of the better quarterbacks in the Big Ten. Ooh, Beast Mode going 12-0. And Dylan, let's go. We got confidence. The expectations have been raised. Oh, geez. We already got locked out. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can... Really, Lance McCoy? You're going to be like that? Over playing style? Bro. That's a killer. Maybe it'll change. Who locks a school out because of playing style? You're lame anyway, Lance McCoy. I don't fucking want you anyway. You think you know so much. You know nothing, Lance McCoy. You dick. Exactly. How does an athlete not like playing style? You're willing to be versatile and be an athlete, but you're being specific about scheme fit? We need a thanks EA in the chat.
Thanks,
for that
EA.
one.
Thanks, EA.
Could even go with
EA Sports. Go fuck yourself.
that's how I feel right now. Lance McCoy the villain, that is right. Well, it definitely opens up our recruiting points available. Any reason I chose Maryland for this playthrough? Well, I put it up to a poll and Maryland won. I wanted to pick a Power 5 school with 3-star prestige or less. And they have some cool recruits. And I thought it'd be a fun team to do. And clearly a bunch of other people did too. Well, there's only so much we can do here with these recruits. We could probably do some more scouting and see if any of these guys are gems. Anyone not scouted here? God, this guy's a stud, Andrew Williams. I hope we can wheel him in. Yikes, Ben Dixon. Brutal. I don't think this is going to be a very good recruiting class for us. Lance McCoy threw a wrench in our ability to get this done. According to our rules, we're able to add one more player after week 8. There's the Dynasty house rules right there, if you forgot. Probably not going to be... We finished with, what, the 31st recruiting class last year? So far, it's looking iffy if we're going to be able to repeat that. As long as we're able to get Steve Nash, we'll be good. That's right. Steve Nash, the point guard quarterback. I think he's more of a game manager point guard type, you know. Okay, we're simming against FCS. All right. Taking care of business, 45-13. Chat doubted it.